Gotta aim for the top like, hold up, yeah. I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles that I'm in my element. It's evident that there's levels to the game. All of those dark nights I got then, breaking my back to make it out, got me feeling like rain. I ain't never need your help, I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no change. I snap for the sun like Diddy. The riches got a mad ass son, I'm like Billy. I ain't never switch up, whole team with me. Putting on for my city like OAGZ. Set the pace as long as you finish. Consumers find a way inside your business. Babble, they try to dabble in it and they hate the fact that they may have to witness. You try to aim for the top like this and you're in your element with a fire like this. And they hoping you fall and they praying you miss. But it's all in the risk, I got you with the switch, you know.
I'm in the zone, give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas, 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Printing Money Podcast. We did it. Week 18. We are here. It's official. My co-host Big Al still hanging in. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I mean, I won one fantasy championship, lost the other, but you know what? It's okay. Still made money. Still made money in the book. I had a good week in the book, so can't complain. You know, won the fantasy, won in the book. We both had good weekends.
The Printing Money Podcast team went for a collective about $10,000 last week. We cleaned up. I hope you guys followed, liked, subscribed, most importantly, tailed all those bets with us because that was fun. What do we have? 3 misses all weekend long?
I only had one.
Yeah, the podcast collectively had 3.
Yeah, correct.
3 misses all weekend long. We had bets on every single game across the board. Live bets were a thing. Then we turned around and crushed college football while we were at it. It was a good week. I'm excited about it. I'm ready to do it again on the toughest week to handicap in sports, the NFL last week of the regular season. Are you ready, Al?
You know, what do you think harder? Is it harder week 1 or week 18?
No, week 1, in my opinion, is the easiest week. It's the one week that you have all the same information as the guys saying the lines, and whoever makes a better read on what's happened so far and who's not going to be what they were last year and what offseason moves are made, etc. Whoever's read is better, whether that's the sharp side or the casino side, good to go, right? So yeah. I clean up week 1 pretty much all the damn time. Week 18 is just tough. You never know who's playing. You never know who's not. You never know if the coaches are telling the truth. You never know if it's going to be a half, a series, nobody at all, right? And then you end up betting the game and finding out that 9 starters aren't playing after the coach said everyone's going to be on the field. So we're going to do the best we can to sift through all the bullshit, if you will, and give you guys a breakdown. I've been studying hard because week 18 is rough. You'll notice there is not a lock it in. There is not a survivor pick. No. It's not that kind of a show today. This is let's get down to business. Okay? Speaking of business and teams, I don't know what's happening. The Baltimore Ravens, number 1 seed in the AFC, fresh off a convincing performance from MVP Lamar Jackson, playing host to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers -4. Now, I get it. Pittsburgh has to win to get in, and they need some love. Baltimore's playing for nothing. But Harbaugh hasn't said if he's resting his starters or not. Pittsburgh by 4 in Baltimore with Mason Rudolph? I don't know, man.
If Lamar doesn't play, then I got to go with Pittsburgh. I don't see Tyler Huntley beating the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. No chance. I know they're on the road, and you know what happens. Tomlin gets points. He plays hard out, and they're playing for the season. So if Lamar does not play, I got to go Pittsburgh here. Of course, it's a game you got to wait until they announce what's going to happen. I said if Baltimore's smart, then they rest their starters. They rest Lamar. Don't risk injury. They're going into the number 1 seed, number 1 bye. And I got a prop bet on Lamar Jackson under 24.5 touchdowns. So I would appreciate that very much, Mr. Harbaugh, if you didn't play Lamar. That way I would my prop bet under 24.5 touchdowns. Why? Because I needed only 7 touchdowns in 3 weeks, and he throws 7 and 2. What the fuck? So anyway, Lamar, please don't play if you're watching our podcast. I greatly appreciate it.
Something tells me Lamar is not watching our podcast, but it's okay. Harbaugh also doesn't care about your bet.
Should.
Yeah, look, here's what I'll tell you about the Baltimore Ravens. I want to give everybody some reasons why they could play. One, Lamar is trying to secure an MVP, and I realize that he's probably done so, but playing at least a half or so, he's going to stay in game shape, etc. Coaches don't want to give these guys, realistically, almost 3 weeks off. I mean, you have to think about the scenario from the Ravens and Niners here. If they don't play this week, that was 6 days. They don't play next week, that's 7 more. They don't play till the week after, that's 20 days off.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I can't see the Niners and the Ravens not playing their starters at all. I see them playing limited, maybe a series or two, maybe just the first half, something like that. But 20 days off, the amount of rust they're going to come back with, and Harbaugh and Shanahan especially, Shanahan's not a favorite of resting players. So Harbaugh is kind of along that same boat. I think they rest anyone that's injured, right? But everyone else plays at least a couple series. Is that enough to keep this close? On a list that I have in front of me of players who need to pick up incentives this week for big paydays. You got to remember, there is something about week 18 and us talking about prop bets, which we'll do later in the show, where prop bets is actually the way I like to attack it, because people are playing for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and the team may not be incentivized to do a damn thing. This is the case with the Ravens. They're not incentivized to win. They don't even care if Pittsburgh gets in. I'm sure they prefer not to see Pittsburgh, but they don't really care. They got the number 1 seed. They're happy, right? However, Odell Beckham Jr. needs 185 yards for $750,000. Now,
185?
Do I think he's getting to 185 yards? No, but I certainly think he'll be involved this week. He needs 5 catches for $250K. I like over on Odell's receiving props. He needs 2 touchdowns for $500K. You don't think that his offensive teammates try to get him involved? I see a big weekend for Odell Beckham Jr., not necessarily the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know enough about this game to lay points and bet the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not convinced the Steelers can cover this game, even with Ravens backups, depending on who they sit and who they rest. So this is an avoid for me. You're going to hear a lot of that. So there's a lot of avoiding on week 18, guys. Let's not fall into these pit traps and give it all back, so to speak. So this is an avoid from me. Over under 36.5. It's also an avoid. I'm good on this game. There's just other spots. Al?
Yeah, I like I said, unless I know what's going on with the lineup and on Baltimore, I really can't make a decision on who to go with or what way to go. I'm definitely going to lean on Pittsburgh if the Ravens starters are out. But based on what you're telling me with OBJ, I mean, he's gonna play for sure. Can Tyler Huntley make him get those yards to him? I mean, the yards gonna be a lot harder. 185, that's a lot.
185 is not going to happen. No, I like it. I like it anytime touchdown. I like 5 catches, and again, his prop's not going to be that high. So, they're going to send it like 3 or whatever, and we're going to take advantage. So we'll be doing some prop stuff at the end of the show here.
You got to understand, like, usually when teams like this comes to props, and quarterbacks want to get their incentives for their players. The one thing I did notice I've seen in the past, I remember Peyton Manning final week against, I believe Tennessee, I believe. Reggie Wayne needed 141 yards receiving and 14 catches to get a bonus, okay? He got 16 catches in the game, and he got 162 yards. But a lot of those catches were like 10-yard passes, 11-yard, 8 yards, little dink and dunkers.
3 yards, screen pass, whatever, yeah.
Up his receptions, which he got, and it also got the yards, add the yards added up. So he didn't get in the bonus. So I said a lot of times when the quarterback has a really good relationship with their receiver, like their very good relationship, the quarterback's going to try to go and get it and get him that deal. Like they're going to, if it means dunking off little passes to you, little screen attempts, you get your catches, you get your yards somehow, they'll do it for you. So
yeah,
185 is like a long shot, but I wouldn't count it out. I really wouldn't count it out if he's getting a lot of dink and dunking passes. The one thing, he only has 5 catches for 1 bonus. So you got to assume 5 catches are going to happen. So hopefully his prop bet when they do come out is like 4.5 receptions, because then that for sure is a no-brainer. Lay all your money on the winner on 5 catches because he's going to get the 5 catches. Like that's a done deal.
Yeah, I love props on these weeks, so we're gonna have to see these prop lines and make some decisions. But I think there's going to be a lot of prop bets this week. One, anytime touchdown, Odell Beckham Jr. That's my play for the game right there. Odell Beckham Jr. gets an anytime touchdown this week, ladies and gentlemen.
I take the catches more than anything. I think 4.5. I think if the reception count is over 4.5, that I think is for sure going to happen. If he only needs 5 catches for a bonus, I mean, he's going to get 5 catches.
Let's move on to the game I care about on Saturday. The dynamic showdown. The game that I know is going to end in these words, Al. Challenge. Printing money. Challenge. Give me CJ, baby. Give me the offensive rookie of the year. Give me the truth. Give me CJ over Gardner Minshew in Indianapolis to destroy your season. I like the Texans. I like CJ Stroud. Printing Money podcast play. Lay it. Challenge me, big dog. Just do it. I dare you.
Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Colts are not losing this game at home. We're playing with the division on the line. I don't care what the NFL says about giving us a shitty-ass referees. If the referees want to fuck us out of the game, then that's on them. But we're going to do our best to fucking win this game.
Look, Gardner Minshew is going to do a good enough job of fucking you out in this game. You don't have to worry about the refs.
No.
CJ Stroud. Did you see this team last week?
They're going on the road now to a hostile environment. We're tough at home. Our crowd gets loud, and we're going to be loud and proud Saturday night. We're going to be distracted at Houston Texans offense. Watch, you're going to see. We're going to win that game. Don't be a fool, guys. Don't fall for this.
CJ Stroud is the truth.
You only one rookie of the year. He doesn't do anything else. He's good.
The truth. Now he's about to win D'Amico Ryan's Coach of the Year when the Texans take down the division, baby. Houston.
No, I think Coach of the Year is going to go to Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski for the. So I'm sorry about that. Kevin Stefanski for the. Browns.
That's okay. That was the NFL calling. They wanted to let you know the Colts are going to lose this week. Houston Texans. Look, I get it. It's a coin flip game, but to me, the Texans are the better defense. The Texans have the better quarterback. The Texans have pretty equally matched coach. I mean, D'Amico Ryans and Steichen are both really, really good coaches. If you're going to give me a coin flip game in a coin flip scenario, I want the guy who I trust with the ball. I trust CJ. I don't trust Gardner Minshew. It's that easy when it comes down to this game for me. Al, what do you got on the Colts side other than that giant horseshoe on your calf?
We lost Julian Blackmon, our safety, to IR, so that's going to hurt us as well. But everything else on the defense side looks really strong. Zaire Franklin's healthy. AJ Speed's ready to go. Defoe is ready to go. So our defense will be pumped, ready to go. I actually think this game will be a shootout, honestly. I think both offenses are going to be scoring points on each other's defenses. I don't think this will be a defensive battle. I'm not in Indianapolis, so like I said, the Colts and the over has been a game to bet on every game this year. I think continues this season, this last game of the year. 47.5, I know seems like a large number, but I really think both teams score over 24 points in this game.
Yeah, I like the over in this game, but I will tell you the official Printing Money podcast play of the week. Dalton Schultz over 4 receptions. Dalton Schultz needs 4 catches for $250,000. If he gets to 6 receptions, they add an additional $250K because he'll have made 60 receptions on the year. He plays, as you know, against the Indianapolis Colts, who allow the 8th most production to fantasy football tight ends this season. Dalton Schultz over 4 receptions. Houston -1 over 47.5. Pretty much is getting off hot on a Saturday. Sunday morning in the Big Easy. Will it be another easy game for Derek Carr and company? The New Orleans Saints playing host to the Atlanta Falcons. What's probably going to be Coach Smith's last game. New Orleans -3 across the board. There's a 3 and a hook. Don't fall for it. Okay. It opened at 4. It's come down a little. I don't trust Atlanta on the road. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. I think the Saints do enough to get this done. I think Dennis Allen does enough to get this done. As bad as he is, I trust Derek Carr a lot more than Taylor Heineke. Saints here. Don't be afraid to lay it. Saints get the cover. Saints might lock up the division. I think we have a blunder from the Buccaneers later. What do you think, Al?
Yeah, I got to go to the Saints all the way through. I do not trust Heineke at all, at all against that Saints defense in the Superdome. So I will definitely go with Saints -3. The Saints should cover that easily. And even with Alvin Kamara has been ruled out already for the game. So he is out, but they do have good backup with Jamal Williams. So I'm not worried about that. Every the receivers are good. Chris Olave is ready to go. You got Juwan Johnson. They're all ready to go to get this game going for the Saints and win this game. So go Saints. They're going to win by 10.
Let me throw some stats at you that may slow you down on the 10. The New Orleans Saints, as you probably know, have a bottom 6 ranked offensive line this season. Falcons defenders have some huge incentives they can hit. Calais Campbell, defensive end, needs 2.5 sacks for $500,000. Bud Dupree needs 1.5 sacks for $1 million.
Whew.
So, why don't we wait for the Atlanta Falcons sack total for the game to come out? I like the over as a printing money play here.
But Carr don't get sacked a lot. That's one thing I'm worried about. He doesn't get sacked. He only averages 2.5 sacks a game.
For $1 million, something tells me Bud Dupree is going to be moving his ass. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Moving his ass. Yeah. For $1 million, you'll see me run faster than I did in high school. Okay, I'll tell you that right now. I think he's going to be just fine in this one. So, quick recap here. New Orleans Saints, we like them in a rout. Don't be afraid to lay it. Atlanta's not the same team on the road. And I like the sack total from Atlanta. I kind of like the under 42.5 in this game. I think it's a big number for these two teams. I think it's a defensive battle. I really do. I think the Saints and Derek Carr get it done. In a weird one, we're moving to next. The Cincinnati Bengals, eliminated from the playoffs, although what an effort without Joe Burrow. Opened at -4. The line's all the way up to 6. They're hosting the Cleveland Browns, who have absolutely nothing to play for in this one. Browning by 6, though? What a line.
That's a big line. It's a big line. But I said the Browns haven't played for nothing. The Bengals are officially eliminated, so they're looking for nothing either. So it's a game that I really don't care to bet on. I just like, why bother? Are there any props in this game you can look at? I didn't look at any props in this game.
Well, so here's the deal. Kevin Stefanski has come out and said that he wants the team to finish strong, that he's not going to rest a bunch of players. He's only going to rest those that need to be rested. So Amari Cooper's not going to play, obviously. They're banged up across the defensive line, etc. I don't know if they're banged up enough to lose this game, though. Amari Cooper didn't play against the Jets, and Joe Flacco looked amazing. So I don't know that matters. I think I like the Browns +6 here. That's a huge number. It's a huge number.
I hate the Jets. I mean, look at those quarterback. Ugh, God. But
but I mean, the Browns have been doing this for weeks now.
Browns are a different team on the road, though. They're a different team on the road. So keep that in mind. They struggle on the road, too. But like I said, it's a game where I really don't know. I'll probably look at props in this game. I don't see any weather is not an issue in this game either.
I also think it's just fine to avoid. It's fine to wait until you get more news from Stefanski. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a tough week. We're going to take the spots that we know we like. I don't know that I like this one. The New England Patriots at home playing for the legacy of Bill Belichick in what may be what many determined to be his final game as the head coach of the New England Patriots. They are favored at -1.5, -2, -2.5. It's kind of all over the board. Over the New York Jets, who have absolutely nothing to play for. Jets over under at 30.5 in a game with 21-mile-an-hour winds and two teams that can't throw the ball in the first place. The line opened at 34. It's all the way down to 30. I don't know, man. Walk away. It's just stupid. This is a stupid football game.
It's a game that who cares who wins? Who cares what the spread is? I mean, whenever a line drops that much, I feel like the over always goes if the game is getting hit because there's some bullshit, defensive touchdown that add to the score that you don't expect or don't configure. And believe me, Bailey Zappi is capable of throwing pick sixes. He is capable of getting fumble sixes. Jets are capable of scoring on those opportunities. And the same goes the other way around. Patriots defense is capable of picking off whatever quarterback is throwing the ball for the Jets and taking it to the house. Same for the fumbles. I feel like if you could bet a defensive touchdown this game, I think you'll get plus money on that. So if you can get like a plus 110 on defensive touchdown, you're getting good value on that. I think you very well see a defensive touchdown scored in this game.
So I got to be honest. I like the over, but I'm just going to let them keep betting it down for us. I mean, if you get this number into the 20s in a professional football game, I'm on the over. Look, the New England Patriots have sneakily been going over. They went over against the Chiefs. They went over against the Steelers. They were over last week. They've been sneakily going over. So have the Jets, giving up 30 points in the first half to the Browns last week. The Washington game where they were up huge, ended up being a 57-point game. They're not playing for anything anymore. They don't care. They're frustrated to be there. I like the over. I can't believe it's been bet down 4 points. Give me the over.
Yeah, I agree with that one. If we can get down to 27.5, beautiful.
I mean, we're not getting 7.5 points of line movement. The Sharps will do something before then. I just think that they, like me, are happy to let the public bet this down. They're just chilling. Like, the number's going to keep dropping. I'm not doing anything. Go ahead. Drop it some more. Drop it some more.
You saw up in the Georgia game. Went from 14 to 22.5. Points can move.
No, that was completely different. 19 players said they weren't playing. That's a little different. Man, I was so happy to have that game at 14. Yeah. There's no incentives in the Patriots-Jets game. There's nothing. There's just nothing in this game that's worth printing money, spending any more time on. So we won't. Speaking of people and things I don't want to spend more time on, the Tennessee Titans and Mike Vrabel at home trying to stop the Jacksonville Jaguars from winning the division. You know, as much as I'd like to think that Mike Vrabel and the Titans at home are just the team to play spoiler in this situation, not this Titans team. They're just rolling over, man. Look, I can't take the Jaguars minus 5.5 points. I can't, because this is a Mike Vrabel historical smash spot. It's a smash spot, but I'm not there. I don't know. I might get there by the end of the week. I'm not there, man. I saw the Titans just not give a literal shit last week. And despite the fact that we were all over the Texans, yeah, shout out to that game, it was sad that they just rolled over and died. I don't see them spoiling Jacksonville's playoff run here. DeAndre Hopkins is playing for a lot. I think he has a big game. I'm going DeAndre Hopkins prop bets in this one. 49 yards is all he needs for $1 million. He's going to get 49 yards. 7 catches for another $250K. And if he hits 75% of the snaps on the season, he gets $500,000. Currently, he's played 72% of all Titans snaps. That tells me the man is going to be on the field. He's going to be on the field a lot, and they're going to be forcing him the ball. Look for D-Hop over on all of his props. That's the printing money play.
I like that. I mean, it's a game for me. Like, I don't want, as much as it's a game for me that if the Colts win, which when they do win, I'm going to be looking at this game and rooting for the Tennessee Titans, because obviously I want the Colts to win the division. But if I can't bet this game myself. I can't bet on Tennessee. I don't want to bet on it. I already want them to win. I'd rather just not risk any money, because if they lose, then I'm even sad twice. Sad we lost the division. I'm sad I lost money. So I'd rather not even bet in this game. But I do like that prop bet, Hopkins, because I think that does get hit.
So everyone knows, by the way, let's backtrack a little bit. I forgot. I was going over all these props today, so I forgot to pull up my public betting percentage numbers that I normally have for you guys. All of the bets are coming in on Houston. 87% of the bets, only 66% of the money. So a few sharps, like in Indy, not all of them, but a few sharps. 55% of the money, 66% of the bets on the New Orleans Saints. But nobody, and I mean nobody, not even sharps, is back in the Tennessee Titans. This is why I brought it up. 69% of the bets, 85% of the money. Even the sharps have bailed on the Mike Vrabel smash spot. They just don't feel like that team this year. It's gross. By the way, 14% of the bets, 80% of the money on the New York Football Jets.
Wow.
Do what you want with that number. I'm not backing the Jets. I told myself I was done betting for the year. All I got to do is avoid one more week. I'm out.
I mean, so essentially the Jets are playing. I mean, the Patriots are playing for the Caleb Williams, pretty much. I mean, that's what they're going to be. I'm just going to draft. I would assume.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's been locked up for the Bears. The Bears have already locked it up.
Well, Bears are the number one pick in the draft.
The Bears are drafting Caleb Williams.
No chance.
They're trading Justin Fields. He's going to be in Atlanta. I'm telling you right now.
I'm telling you, they have to get Marvin Harrison Jr. They're going to trade down that pick. They're going to sell that pick and acquire more picks. If I'm the Bears, I think Justin Fields has done enough to end this season to show he can play quarterback. I mean, keep in mind, they've won 3 in a row. Then they've won some good games. He's played some good ball. He's not turned the ball over either. So if you take away the 5 games and some injury, I mean, the Bears could very well be in the division in this playoff race.
Oh, I agree. The Bears are a phenomenal team. I'm very happy they're not getting in. They're scary right now. But Justin Fields has had 3 years of telling me that he's not a good starter in the NFL. So he had a wonderful month. He had a wonderful month as the quarterback. And now it's time to sell high. Come on, man.
I still have faith in Justin Fields. I think the Bears are not going to give up on him soon. He didn't become a starter in 2021 year until like midway or halfway through the season.
So who did a better job this year in Chicago? Their head coach or Justin Fields?
Justin Fields.
Their defense is what's winning them all these games, not Justin Fields. Their defense has been the best defense in the league for 8 weeks. And you know they're not bringing back the coach and Fields.
We'll see.
I'm just saying.
Challenge?
Challenge on whether or not Justin Fields gets traded?
Justin Fields is still a quarterback. Yes.
Done. Justin Fields is not the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears to start the NFL season next year. That is my stance.
Okay. Done deal.
What are we wagering on this?
500 pesos.
No. I want to go for the jugular. What are we wagering on this? Loser of this bet buys the other one the dinner of their choice to start the NFL kickoff next year.
Oof. Oh, God. That's such a big bet.
Okay, under $100.
Let me get back to you on that one. On the Playoff Podcast, we'll figure it out.
All right. We're going to figure out the terms of this bet. But the fact is, if they trade him before Al figures out the terms, then the terms are Al owes me dinner. That's what's happening here. So I'm afraid this trigger might be pulled soon. Very soon.
I can afford a $5 Taco Bell box.
Yeah. That's about all Justin Fields is worth. Moving on to the Detroit Lions, playing host to the Minnesota Vikings, where head coach Dan Campbell came out and said, I am absolutely furious over the Dallas Cowboys game and how the NFL screwed me last week. I could still get the number 2 seed in the NFC, and I'm playing everybody. Now, I got to be honest. Normally, I would be like, is he really playing everybody? It's Dan Campbell. He's nuts, bro. He's absolutely nuts. I think they are. I think they're playing everybody. I also think that they play before Philadelphia and Dallas. Philly and Dallas are both in afternoon games on Sunday. Detroit plays in the morning. He's going to have to play everybody. And since they're playing everybody at home against Minnesota, and who knows what's going on with their quarterback carousel system after they just decided not to even try to beat Green Bay. Should have started Nick Mullins. That was so stupid. Anyways, Detroit -3, smash spot. Give me the Lions.
Give me the Lions -3 right now. I'm booking it. Actually, just put it right now as we are matching. I just max bet the Lions right now -3.
76% of the bet, 64% of the money, 100% payoff window. I'm telling you right now, we're printing with this pick. I don't understand this line at all. It doesn't make any sense to me right now. I want Detroit -3. It opened at 4.5 and got bet down.
Yeah, I think it's because everyone thought that Lions were going to play the best of starters.
I'm going to take Dan Campbell at his word. Hopefully he's not a dick.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to break that one down. Detroit -3. Carolina Panthers playing host to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield finally looked like Baker Mayfield last week. Man, I was a week early, dude. I told everybody to get off against Jacksonville, and he played great. I told everybody to get back on against the Saints, and he freaking collapsed. I cannot get a read on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And since I can't get a read on the Buccaneers, I can't bet the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay -5.5. Seems like a lot in the division game. Carolina at home trying to play spoiler where I would say they were trending upward until last week when they let CJ Beathard do whatever he wanted. I don't know, man. I have no read on this football game. It's a pass for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are playing for a lot more. They're playing for the division to get a playoff spot. I think Marysville's going to play its butt off this game, and they're playing against the shitty-ass Panthers. I know the Panthers have a pretty decent defense, and they're at home, but I just feel the Buccaneers are going to play with so much more on their shoulders and have so much to play for. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay in the -5.5.
I mean, okay. I'm not making that a pretty money play. That's too much for me. It's too much juice for me in this one.
That's win by against the Panthers. That's so doable.
The Dallas Cowboys, who have looked like crap for 3 weeks now, are on the road against the Washington Commanders in what is hopefully Ron Rivera's last game. Dallas -13. Now I know the Cowboys are going to win. 13, the division game, on the road. These Cowboys? Break it down for me, Al.
No chance. I know the Cowboys are amazing, but they're not at home. They're on the road where they have struggled mightily this year. Struggled really crazy. And against bad teams, Arizona, I just think Commanders are really going to play their hearts out in this game and do everything they can to try to win. They won't win the game, but they'll definitely try. They'll put as much effort as they possibly can. I mean, they actually were kind of in the game with the Niners until like the end of the game when they realized they can't play football anymore. So it's just a big number for me to lay on a Cowboys team that's not done anything on the road, especially covered a spread on the road that well. So I'm going to go with the Commanders and the points if I had to bet this game. Honestly, I don't even want to bet this game, to be honest with you. But if you had to bet, they'd take the Commanders and points at home.
54% of the bets, 47% of the money currently coming in on the Washington Commanders at home. 40 degrees, 12-mile-an-hour winds. Still Mike McCarthy. Give me the Commanders. There are no incentives in this one. I think Dallas wins by about 10. This is too many points. It's way too many points. And look, whether you understand or not, the Commanders players are still playing for a lot. They're playing for jobs next season. They're playing for a new head coach that's going to come in, an organization that's going to be evaluating them. They're playing for pride. They're playing because they hate the Cowboys. They're playing for the division. 13.5. No. No. The San Francisco 49ers at home, 125 kickoff against the Los Angeles Rams and Sean McVay. The Niners are playing for nothing, nada. Number 1 seed because we ball in, already locked up, okay? We're good to go. Christian McCaffrey, not going to be in this one. Kyle already said he's going to be resting his strained calf, knee, wrapped ankle. I don't know. There was tape all over the damn place last week. He's resting. I imagine Brock Purdy will not be playing the entire game. As for many of the starters, we will probably play a half or so. Kyle doesn't like to bench people. I get it. He doesn't like to rest people. I don't think we're playing the whole game, though. For all those reasons, Los Angeles Rams, who play the Niners tough anyways and have been on a roll, I like the Rams. Give me the Rams, Sean McVay. They can move from the 7th seed up to the 6th seed if they get that win. They won't know what that means yet, but I believe for them it's going to mean a trip to Detroit to play the Lions and Jared Goff, who they are obviously very familiar with, which is probably better inside a dome for the Rams than to go on the road as the 7th seed playing the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. So in my mind, McVay has a lot to play for. McVay wants this win. McVay wants to be the 6th seed desperately. He'd much rather see the Lions in a dome than Dallas or Philly. I'm just saying. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams. I actually have a +4 now. I just bet them right now +4. I know mine's going to drop down to about 3 at the closing, maybe 2.5.
I can't believe you have it at 4. I'm going to need to know old or new for me, Al.
Huh?
Old or new? Where's the 4?
New.
New. Perfect. I love how many bad lines new seems to lay because I don't see 4 anywhere. I see 3 or 3.5 at every public book in the world. So if you're going to give me value, I'm going to go get 4 right now on the Rams. Let's lock that in live on the show. Oh, yeah, it's there. It's -110 too. Thank you. Thank you so much for that number. Yeah, I'm on the Rams here. That's cool. I'll take it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to break down here, and there's no incentive news. The New York Football Giants, fresh off thwarting the hopes of the Eagles in Lincoln Financial Field when they were 12.5-point dogs on Christmas Day, now go home and the line is only 5.5? We finally made a market adjustment that the Eagles just aren't that good. That's what we did here. You like the Eagles with 5.5, Al?
I think the Eagles are 5 right now. I think they win this game by at least a touchdown.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I actually like the Eagles, who I haven't bet in over a month. I think the Eagles are very not good. Honestly, I think they're very overrated, but they're not overrated enough to lose this game to Tyrod Taylor. They're going to win this game. Give me the Eagles -5. I like fading them as double-digit favorites. I don't like fading them in this spot. Now, I will tell you, 36 degrees Fahrenheit in this game, chance of snow.
Okay, so run the ball. I think it'll be a DeAndre Swift game. Especially if it snows. You'll see a lot of DeAndre Swift, a lot of Kenneth Gainwell.
77% of the bets, 68% of the money this week, right now, on the Philadelphia Eagles. Lay the 5. Do it nicely. Enjoy yourselves. All right. Over to Lambeau, where the cheeseheads are getting excited. Jordan Love's posted top 10 fantasy stats. Finally figuring out how to play quarterback in the NFL. Getting a little respect from me on that performance he had last week. Not as much as Big Al. But has he got enough respect to host the Chicago Bears and be 3 to 3.5 point favorites against the Bears, who have been playing some of the best football and would love nothing more than to start their new year spoiling Green Bay's season? How much love do you want to have for Jordan Love?
Give me Jordan Love, baby. Give me Jordan Love. He's playing great ball right now. As much as I want to see the Bears win this game for my prop bet, but I just don't see the Bears winning in Green Bay. Green Bay historically owns the Bears. I mean, they absolutely own the Bears. So Bears just can't be the Packers. I don't care who's that. And Jordan Love's having a great season. He has over 30 touchdown passes this year. 30 touchdown passes, 4 on the ground. 34 touchdowns by Jordan Love this season. He's having a phenomenal season stats-wise. So I like Jordan Love at home. Give me the Packers minus at 3 points.
I want the Bears. Challenge?
Sure, challenge.
All right, now let's break it down for you guys. 61% of the bets, only 36% of the money on young Jordan Love. 39% of the bets and all the sharp action in the world on Chicago at 64%. The Bears have been playing good football, man. Say what you want. They've been playing really good football. They're a much more complete team than Green Bay. They have a defense which Green Bay does not have. They have the more experienced quarterback. They have the quarterback with a stronger arm. They have the better defense. They have incentive to destroy Green Bay's season. Jordan Love's not ready for this moment. Love is not ready for this moment. The Green Bay Packers defense is not ready for this moment. Bears +3 printing money podcast pick of the week. I want you guys to remember something. There's a clip from this podcast where I tried to convince Al not to be a degenerate. It got over 5,000 views on YouTube. You remember that, Al? And at the end of that video, I said, you don't have to do this, buddy. And you said, Packers +3. Well, here we are again. Let's just re-clip that. Packers +3. And I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to do this.
Go, Pack, go. Go, Jordan Love.
You heard it here first. Al lost another challenge. Moving on. Arizona Cardinals. Thank you. Thank you so much, Arizona, for what you did to the Philadelphia Eagles last week. That was awesome. It was so great. So great.
Amazing.
But now, can you do it to Seattle this week? Because Seattle has to win to get in. Seattle -2.5 over the Cardinals. Seattle has to win to get in. Geno Smith is playing for a ton of incentives. I like Seattle here. What do you think?
They already announced that Kyler Murray will be the starter next year. Kyler Murray is coming off a big win over the Philadelphia Eagles. They come back home to end the season. And Kyler Murray loves beating on the Seahawks, man. He really does. And they're getting plus points at home. As much as Geno wants to win this game, the Seahawks need to win to get in. I just don't have faith on Geno on the road. I know Arizona's defense is terrible. I mean, I think the over is by far the best play in this game. 48 sounds like a lot, but believe me, with these two teams, that's not a lot. Arizona's defense is awful. Seattle defense is vulnerable. So give me the over, and give me the team totals too. Why not? I think this is gonna be a shootout game. It's gonna be over, both teams over 30. But I like Arizona to win this game. I'm not big on Seattle.
If Geno Smith can make the playoffs, he has a bonus incentive laden in his contract of $2 million.
Wow.
He plays the Arizona Cardinals' 28th ranked secondary. He averaged 9.1 yards and attempts against Arizona in week 7. I want Geno's over on yards. I want Geno's over on touchdowns. I want the Seattle Seahawks team total. I want the Seattle Seahawks minus 2.5. And I certainly want the over. Because if the Cardinals are going to beat Geno in this game, Kyler needs to put up 34. Give me the Seahawks.
Listen, I think Geno said this. Yards, completions, touchdowns. Yeah, I like all that. Like it all.
Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium. The second to last game to take place in Las Vegas this year. The last one being the Super Bowl, of course. The Raiders, minus 2.5 point favorites ahead of Jarrett Stidham and the Denver Donkeys. Give me the Raiders.
Give me the Raiders. I mean, they're at home.
They're at home. I like their defense. And here's the thing I like the most about this. They are playing right now to ensure they get the head coach they want next year. Something tells me the players want Antonio Pierce, and a win goes a long way to ensuring that he's back there. Give me the Raiders, minus 2.5. I'm done with the Donkeys. You heard my rant last week. Screw Sean Payton. Screw Denver. I'm over it.
Yep, I like it. I like Raiders too. 2.5. I got it minus 110 too.
Easton Stick at home. Los Angeles Chargers playing host to the Kansas City Chiefs, fresh off locking up the number 3 seed in the AFC, where they won the division, and they can't move. They're the 3 seed. They can't go anywhere. Andy Reid historically believes in resting his players. He's got some players that are banged up. I think they're going to let Chris Jones play. Chris Jones needs 1 sack for $1.25 million, so he definitely is going to get that against Easton Stick. But that's where it ends. There's nothing else they're playing for. Austin Eckler needs 110 yards for a $100K bonus. I mean, he's had 100 yards more than 4 games this year. You might want to touch his over. I don't know them. I love it. I don't know what they're really playing for. I think I like the Chargers against the Chiefs backups. It's probably just a walk-away avoid moment.
Yeah, I'm walking over this game.
I forgot to add in, Jordan Love has extra motivation this week for your challenge, Big Al. If he wins and gets in, he makes $500K for making the playoffs. And with every playoff win, he gets an extra $500K.
Jordan Love, baby.
Doesn't matter. Chicago. All right, let's get to a game that I know we can agree on. The last game of the week. The most important game of the week. Sunday Night Football live from Miami, Florida. That place is going to be rocking when the Buffalo Bills come to town. Buffalo -3 on the road for Josh Allen to try to win the division. Win and you're in. You like Buffalo or you like Miami?
Buffalo all the way. I'm sorry. Miami is banged the fuck up. They lost Bradley Chubb for the year. They're in a blowout game. You have Bradley Chubb. You have your defense in the game in the fourth quarter still. You really think you're going to chance to win this game against that Ravens D? Like, there's no chance. So I don't know why you kept your starters in there. And look what happened. Bradley Chubb tears his ACL out for the year now. So you lost one of your top pass rushers for the playoffs for the season because you want to keep him in the game. And they're already banged up. And Xavier Howard at the beginning of the game. So he's already rolled out. So the Dolphins really have not much of defense other than Ramsey on the defensive side of the ball. Everyone else is injured and banged up. So I don't see how the Bills. I know the Bills are banged up on defense as well. I don't know if Micah Hyde's going to play this weekend. I'm not sure yet. But they still got Jordan Poyer. Von Miller was a healthy scratch last week, which I don't know what's going on with Von Miller. Kind of weird that it was a healthy scratch. Maybe they're saving his health because they want to have him for the Miami game. I'm assuming that's why, because they know they really need him for the New England game. I think they feel that they could win without Von Miller. So keep him healthy, get him ready to go. They want him healthy for that Miami game. So that's my assumption why he was healthy scratch for the Patriots game. So I'm taking the Bills minus the 3. I don't see how the Dolphins can actually win this game with that banged up defense. And their offense isn't looking not great either. They're banged up as well. Waddle probably will miss as well. You got to assume Mostert's going to probably be out again, So, yeah, give me the Bills.
Also, in shocking news, Al, 96% of the bets, 92% of the money on the Kansas City Chiefs. What am I missing?
I mean, they do have a better backup team.
So there's a few other incentives I did not mention, and there's a few reasons why, but we'll cover them now just so everyone knows what the deal is. Devin Singletary needs 165 yards for 125K. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do like his rushing props this week. Jadeveon Clowney needs a sack for $750,000, so the Ravens will at least play him long enough to get that. Alexander Mattison needs 124 rush yards against the Lions for a $650K bonus. That tells me the Vikings are going to be trying to run the ball a lot. I don't know that I hate the under in that game, depending on who the quarterback is. It's something we're going to look at later in the week. That's what I've got for you guys. That's what I have in total. So here's what we're going to do. A lot of these prop lines are not out yet. We are filming this on Tuesday. We're trying to get it out early for you guys. We don't have all the lines for me to definitively give you the picks. So Al and I are going to get to work on a few things this week. We're going to come out with some prop bets for you that I'll be putting on Instagram and TikTok. We did try the touchdown and interception prop last week. It did not work. We got like 80% on each one. We may try to lower that a little bit and try those again. But I think we're probably going to have 6 or 7 prop bets for you that I'll give out on social media as the week goes on. So make sure you follow Printing Money Podcast on Instagram, guys. Follow Printing Money Podcast on TikTok, please. If you could do us a favor for the channel, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel so more people can enjoy the content you guys come back for every week and love, that would be very much appreciated. But in order to get the rest of our picks this week, we need some more information. We need these lines to come out. We need the coaches to talk a little more. And I'll give those plays out before the games start on Saturday on TikTok and Instagram. Make sure you please go ahead and follow me there for that information. Also, this week, we are going to do a short episode where Big Al and I discuss Coach of the Year, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and who we think is going to be winning these awards. It will not be a very long episode, but I will throw out some details for that on the Pretty Money Podcast pages as well. And we will go in before the weekend starts and just give you all of our predictions and wrap-ups real quick on what has been a wonderful NFL season. Now, for the podcast and what we're going to be doing, show's not over. I got playoff breakdowns for you every single week, all the way in the Super Bowl. We will have episodes, and when that is over, we have some other sports coming up, betting modules, things of that nature. We're going to teach you guys how to do what it is that we do, what we love to do every single week. So this podcast ain't going anywhere. Don't you worry. We'll be right here, locking in for you every single week. I'm Travis Cochran, my co-host, Big Al Poker. Did I miss anything, brother?
Nothing, man. Nothing. We're ready to rock and roll.
Perfect. Join us soon. Follow, like, subscribe. Look out for all the information I got coming at you this week from the Printing Money Podcast, where sports betting isn't just a game. Here at Printing Money, it's an art.
Gotta aim for the top like, hello. Yeah, I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles. That I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game.